quickness in their approach to this fight. And
12 rounds.
Referee Wayne Kelly was also the referee for Klitschko's.
It's a good tactic to a certain degree, but you have to be careful because Klitschko's coming down with a lot.
It's a much shorter southpaw. How viable is it going to be for Wladimir Klitschko? So far, Klitschko remains intent on knocking Ibragimov's right hand down.
Klitschko winds up stepping on Ibragimov's front foot, which happens when an
will focus more on the reality of trying to get his front foot out, successfully create punching angles.
And plus, you have a style clash here.
Stewart, like you, he's a tall, conventional fighter who tries to this very good jab. What's the biggest difference between Wladimir and you?
Left to the body and work your way up.
You know you're in position because he
took a few rounds really to get going. Seemed to be in the
come off, make him look bad. He wants to really figure him out first.
Mayweather clan, the quiet brother you might call him, since he's so much trains Oscar De La Hoya. You heard Jeff say, feint him. That's what you need.
He steps in with that jab. It's a long jab, long, quick.
Guys have fought Ray Austin. Ibragimov fought him to a...
He doesn't want Ibragimov to bring up that right hand. He wants to knock it down and come straight over it.
That he since then changed trainers to Jeff Mayweather, who is in effect with regularity. Immediately following tonight's live boxing, stay tuned for Joe Louis. The men's program is also a mainstay atop the ranking.
But keep your right hand up, okay?
All right, champ. A little more head movement.
Himself on the ropes, so he's just waiting, biding his time, trying to...
is to move around, try to box well enough to win some rounds, and when faced with a guy who's going to take advantage.
But the guys who knocked Klitschko out, notably Angle, for getting away from Klitschko's jab.
Well, you know,
Is this effective with his jab against a southpaw, or is it a function?
Ibragimov behind a left jab. Once he lands that, allow him to watch out for his right hand, which
throwing the jab. Now he gets Ibragimov into a corner, lands two more jabs.
Klitschko has to do is throw a double jab, and he at that point
Thrown three punches that CompuBox judged to be power shot. Now in round four, Klitschko has gone back to the tactic of knockdown.
Ibragimov here, Jim, looks to me like he's... And that's good for Klitschko, I suppose, but a desperate fighter, and he seemed to land a couple of good shots. Not long. I think Ibragimov knows he has to change something. He has to do something.
He's going to get engulfed by jabs unless he can find a way.
That's the kind of idea that Klitschko is trying.
A puncher like Brewster or Sanders gets a shot at your jaw. It remains to be seen whether
what happened to me in South Africa. I thought I had the punch blocked, but it got through.
Of course, he has barely used it this fight. I cannot recall.
Sales here at Madison Square Garden had a fight. One judge saw the fight even. The other two judges both had the 10-round fight when he said there are a lot of possibilities on the table for Pavlik in the wake of his second win. 5 of a scheduled 12 for Wladimir Klitschko, who is so far all to express its desire for the championship aspirant to actually throw a right hand. It's quite possible that no conventional fighter in the history of the sport.
There's one, and
There
it
he
lands.
And it lands.
6 well-muscled fighter like Klitschko is doing very well, which is the jab. Jim, Joe Louis, Sonny List time. Klitschko's jab seems to me to be...
Because there's a lot of power behind it. He's got 250 pounds behind it. So he can actually knock out a person with a jab.
Well, the crowd may be impatient. Has made abundantly clear between rounds that he wants Wladimir to do exactly.
Test him with that hook. Test him with an uppercut.
Start pressure more and more on that. Pick it up a little bit more.
The heavyweight average is 46 punches thrown for Brewster. He ultimately ran out of gas. So maybe...
I think people see Klitschko's style at certain fights that maybe he's a little wary, or Emmanuel's a little wary. You know, the potential reaction that he'll get hurt and maybe stopped, where he systematically breaks his opponent down,
That could be the case. If the goal is to be a colorful, dramatic, galvanizing figure for
Controlled aggression, and he's controlling the fight. He's definitely
criticized very much for the desultory performance in the early rounds of that.
Klitschko generally knocks out his opponents in the last 7 years. Only
by when the sweat comes off Ibragimov's head.
50th victory in the ring tonight. His record of
When you wait for a fighter, you're giving him a chance to come and go in there and throw a combination.
And he landed a right hook, did it again, and Klitschko held.
Step back, step back.
at several of those jab connects.
And here we see a double jab. This is what I want to see a little bit more.
Ibragimov, given credit by CompuBox in round 6 for landing
To Klitschko.
good left hook by Klitschko to knock out Ricky Hatton, as a matter of fact.
You know, I don't want to. The most interesting thing to me about this fight so far, now, they both land. All three of them landed.
You know, it doesn't seem like Ibragimov's trying to score points in there. Yeah. Well, now he's looking for that big shot.
And lands something big that turns it all around as Klitschko eating jabs.
Yeah. It's two of
The plan.
the plan. Yeah.
The plan, exactly.
In there, Ibragimov isn't going anywhere.
Listening to the crowd.
Sultan, when you
Respect, and then it's getting to be almost like a Brock fight to some degree now.
We have to assume that means eventually more right hand.
In terms of his ability to dominate in an entertaining way.
That right hand was the
A perfect correlation.
again, and that one hurt Ibragimov. His foot movement will tell you that.
This is the.
I wonder if he's shown Ibragimov this much respect.
Well, I don't know. You know, you could say he doesn't want to start throwing that right hand.
A sudden flurry of slinging them over the top and both connected. Now that one lands on.
You miss like that. So you want to take this out to some what? Got to put.
Awesome. And then one shot to the body. That's what we got to do. We got to work our way up.
They're really roundhouses. They're not straight punches, and most pretty easy to see them come. But those straight punches you can't see coming.
Could have been a knockdown.
No.
Referee Wayne Kelly did not.
Right hook, and then maybe a left hook. That's the only two punches I've seen.
Sling Klitschko out of bounds with many members of the Super Bowl champion.
Block it with his right hand.
We mentioned the New York, and the effort was obvious. Klitschko is not that kind of a
PhD.
All right, break.
You wouldn't expect otherwise. Yeah, but quite often it's somebody saying Vitaly
Break.
Klitschko
No punch.
still
Step back.
planning at
Finish it back again. Every time you do that, just
Go more aggressive.
Klitschko hitting Ibragimov with the right hand, and Ibragimov going back into the ropes.
should have been called a knockdown. But
7 rounds to 2, 88. The guy went into the ropes. Wayne Kelly could have called it a knockout. Interestingly enough, Sultan came back. I mean, he really didn't look hurt. He got knocked
Inside of Klitschko. And anytime he tries to get inside, Klitschko holds him up, or Ibragimov gets hit with a jab.
it's pretty quiet corner over there for Ibragimov.
Is a big factor in this fight, and the fact that he's not able to do what he wants to do.
Came a cropper against Sanders. Every Klitschko opponent and has expressed the certainty that he's going to knock him out.
there. He tried to wrestle Klitschko.
No punching.
And Vladimir Ibragimov so far, maybe he still wouldn't be there. And his opponents pick up on that.
Quick left hooks in
step
that
back,
sequence.
And Klitschko's defense.
Not what they came to see.
right left.
The two of them mixing it up in the. They wind up on the canvas, both of them.
So far in the fight. Wladimir Klitschko on Harold Letterman's scorecard. CompuBox number.
What he did was knock down Ibragimov's right hand of his own.
Again, something it would have, you might say, cautious enterprise for Wladimir.
in a clinical way. He's not real anymore, but if the opportunity presents itself, he will.
And it's worth pointing out.
Fight. Yes, he's winning, but if he demanded a little more of himself, if he was doing, but tried to push it a little more, he would score the knockout. He's what we're looking for. And I think Emmanuel in the corner is that on Wladimir. Don't be satisfied.
The guy was moving all around the ring.
Yeah, okay.
That's what Vladimir's going to moving all around the ring. Stand still for me.
Looks to me like against Maravich.
You gotta let us in there. Wait. Don't move your head.
To try to knock him out, otherwise it's going to be bad.
You gotta be smart.
Like, what? It's going to be bad? So I'm sure he's going to go.
One heavyweight in the world when he's pitching a virtual shutout himself. Many trainers would not have.
As a trainer like Emmanuel Stewart is because he wants to be great and he wants.
Manny wants him to knock him out because this guy shouldn't go 12 rounds.
For his trainer to essentially say, obviously he doesn't think it's a big risk, but it's a gutsy move on Emmanuel's part, and
Wladimir Klitschko than he's showing here tonight.
and also maybe more money in the
caster. Wladimir Klitschko may be his last legitimate to get everything it can possibly get out of it. Still, the knockout doesn't materialize.
And, you know, a lot more skills, but there's nobody really to bring it. Just winning on the jab, and he's winning just on the jab. His defense is great. This fight is a virtual shutout.
You know, Lennox, sometimes there have been heavyweight champions and successful fighters who have had.
And if he didn't look great this time, they'll forget it.
Dramatic upset in the scoring of the 12 rounds to Wladimir Klitschko, and both Max Kellerman and Isaac to give to Ibragimov. You just never know.